Today we head to the end of the road to a remote town that was once a mecca for those looking for gold. The miners faced isolation, extreme weather, wild terrain. But the biggest hurdle was getting there. And it seems nothing has changed, as Leanne Malcolm discovered.
If an epic drive were measured in terms of distance, then the route from Arrowtown to Macetown would be a mere snip. But those 14 or 15 kilometres cut through some of the most challenging Otago terrain. Reasonably rough. Then there's the Arrow River to contend with. There are up to 30 river crossings on the road up to the historic gold mining hamlet, and the trip can be treacherous after heavy rainfall or snowmelt. For those without a four-wheel drive, there are guided Land Rover tours. On this one, an English tourist, his wife, us, and a driver who's always ready to show tourists what his vehicle's capable of.
They see Land Rovers and they see four drives all the time, but they don't believe that they actually do anything off the road.
Deep into the steep-sided Arrow Gorge, there's the collapsed roof of an old hut that belonged to a miner in the 1800s called Opium Bob. And the start of the Arrow irrigation water scheme that was built 80 years ago and still services the locals today. But it's the scenery that's the real attraction here. Finally, we pull into Macetown, which is shimmering in the 30-plus degree heat. This was the main street of Macetown in the late 1800s. Back then, it was a thriving community with a school, a post office, a church, and even 2 hotels. But nowadays, only 2 buildings remain intact. The dock-restored bakery and the schoolmaster's house are all that's left of the town founded in 1862 by 3 brothers, John, Charles and Harry Mace. As the gold rush intensified, a group of tents soon grew into a town of 3,000 people who all had to get there the hard way.
Back then it would have been a full day with a horse and cart, and you have to convince the horse that it's not going to fall off a cliff or drown in a river, so it's pretty hard work.
By 1916, the town was in decline, the school closed, and Macetown began the slow transformation to ghost town.
I didn't realise it was going to be so beautiful up here and so quiet, and it's just been amazing. The scenery's just been changing all the time.
You get some extraordinary views, and the river changes so much from a few inches deep to a raging torrent.
Macetown, living proof of that old travel adage, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Leanne Malcolm, 3 News.